Face-to-face communication is in decline. It's not that strange of a statement considering 2020, but it seems that every year it's more difficult to communicate face-to-face with people. With platforms like WhatsApp, Line, Instagram, talking in person seems obsolete for a lot of people. So why don't we compare the two of them to try to figure out if one of them is better than the other. Talking in person has a lot of advantages in my opinion. When you speak with someone face to face, you manage to acquire a lot more information that you think you are, like body language, what they do with their hands, the tone of their voice. And I think it's a more personal experience. You're there, I'm here. But obviously this doesn't come with a fair number of disadvantages. One of them, not very my case, but a case of a lot of people, is that it's 2021 and a lot of us have friends and family all over the world. And you cannot take a 10-hour flight to the US, Italy, India, Japan to talk with someone. A second disadvantage is that nowadays everybody has different schedules and it's really difficult to find a time we are all free. More if you are working, going to school, helping in your house, it gets really hard to talk with anyone except if they do the same thing as you, if they work at the same place as you or they go to the same university, school, etc. It's a little easier, but still not the best. For online communication, I think there's a lot of advantages that are pretty clear. You can send a message to someone whenever you want, either it be at 3 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 in the afternoon, it doesn't matter. And then the one who receives it can answer whenever they want. As I mentioned before, the people that have families or friends all over the world can communicate with them. And pretty easy nowadays, considering that you don't have to send a letter that takes 3 months, 4 months to arrive. As an example of this, I was going to say I could be the example, but really all of us, because we are on the same situation. But if I want to talk with my group of friends, the only thing I had to do is to hop into Discord, join a voice chat, and I'm talking with them. If I want to talk with my family, I only have to press one button in WhatsApp and I'm speaking with them, either with only voice call or seeing our faces with facecam call. However, as with face-to-face conversations, communicating online is not all positives. Before, when I said that you can answer whenever a chat, a text, it's not that true, because platforms like WhatsApp have the check marks that tell you if the person saw your message, if the person received the message, or if didn't receive the message. I should have said it in the opposite order, but so if you send someone a text and they received it, they were online minutes before, it's like, come on, you can answer it now. So it pressures you a lot to go answer the text or go answer immediately. So if someone sends you a text at 4:33, you better be typing by 4:34 before they get anxious. Another disadvantage of communicating online is that it's kind of impersonal, because it's weird to explain, but when you speak with someone through a screen, it's not the same as speaking in person, mostly because you don't see their body language, or you cannot really understand the tone of their voice, so it makes it weird. During quarantine, I sometimes made Zoom calls with my family, and it was weird. It's like it's not the same, because in a face-to-face conversation, maybe if there's 4 or 5 people in the same room, they are talking, and if they don't have nothing to say, they go to another place, they go do something. When you are in front of a screen, there's 5 people and there's you, and they are all looking at each other, and there can only be one conversation, one at a time. It makes it weird, and I think you cannot convey the same amount of emotions through a screen and in person. Overall, I would say I prefer to speak face to face. It really depends on what you want to say, if it's a dumb thing or it's something to someone that's on another country. Obviously, I speak more online than I do it face to face, but I think face to face is better to generate a connection with the person and to understand better what they are trying to say. But I think we should have a balance between the two of them to experience the best thing from each. I have been Jose, and you're watching a TV program, but I didn't find a cool transition, so I put this in the video instead. Music, credits, the next video recommendation, the end, question mark?